All right, good afternoon and welcome MISD community to the April 8th community update. This is always an exciting time of year across Midlothian ISD. We have a lot to celebrate, share, and announce today, so stay tuned at the end as we announce our MISD Employees of the Year for 2020. And yes, I say 2020 because as a community, you actually participated in nominating who you felt deserving of this recognition and how they lived out our culture and family, honoring relationships, celebrating the power of diversity, purpose with excellence, and of course that we are better together as we are Midlothian strong. We held those names from last year as our focus was all things COVID challenges. And now, as we begin to see the light at the end of the tunnel, we want to celebrate and honor those amazing MISD family members that we were honored in 2020. So we'll be celebrating those here in just a moment. But let's start off with some MISD proud moments. First of all, MISD proud of our MISD assistant principals and library media specialists. It is National Librarian and National Assistant and Associate Principal Week. These MISD family members are incredibly vital to the everyday life of our schools. So if you can take just a moment in the coming days, send them, your hardworking students, librarian and AP, a special shout out. They would really appreciate that. And we want to celebrate Heritage High School. They hosted the 4A district track meet this week, and we are excited to celebrate that they dominated victories for our JV boys and girls and the varsity boys competitions and won district championships in those three divisions. The varsity girls finished second by 2.5 points. I actually saw them run the mile relay yesterday at the very end, and they pushed to the very end. Those girls did, but they ended up getting second by 2.5 points. So congratulations to all of those divisions. And we have, as a team, most points scored as a whole in school history. And so they have area next week, Wednesday, April 14th at Waxahachie Live. And Midlothian Heritage has 17 boys qualifying for area and 13 girls qualifying. So congratulations to our Jaguars. Our Midlothian High School Panther track team is competing in their finals tomorrow of their district track meet, and we look forward to another outstanding set of results, and we will fill you in on those next week. Our Heritage Girls Soccer team beat the Stephenville Honeybees on Tuesday night in the round 4 of the UIL playoffs, and they now advance to the regional finals to take on Argyle this Friday, tomorrow night at 7 in South Lake at Dragon Stadium. So looking forward to seeing our Jaguars advance for one more round in the soccer state playoffs. Congratulations to MHS Wrestling on a strong district showing this week. We had 11 Panthers as individual medalists, with 5 of our wrestlers crowned as district champs in their weight division. Best of luck to our Panther wrestlers at regionals. And then additionally, congratulations to Heritage Wrestling. They brought home 11 individual medalists and 1 district champion. So good luck to those wrestlers as well at regionals. All right, so we're going to jump into the agenda. Calling all incoming pre-K and kinder friends. It is time for our MISD pre-K and kindergarten roundup. Such an exciting time of year. And enrollment for our newest MISD pre-K and kindergarten friends begins April 26th. Parents, you can join a virtual Facebook Live parent meeting for kindergarten on April 26th. Social media has some advertisement on that. And our pre-K parents can join for an information Facebook Live meeting on April 27th. Such an exciting time for families, and we look forward to seeing our new pre-K and kinder friends beginning to enroll during Roundup. Midlothian ISD has set another high enrollment record yesterday with 9,942 students attending our schools. This is 108 students ahead of last year, and represents 1.1% of our growth rate. This is the highest growth rate we've experienced this year, so we're excited to see that creeping up. We have 83.4% of our students choosing face-to-face instruction and 16.6% of our students choosing virtual. That is the highest face-to-face percentage we've also had as well this year, so we continue to see our students coming back face-to-face as we come in on the home stretch of the school year. As we continue to wrap up our 2016 bond program, roofing projects are on the list. While those aren't glamorous projects like a new building or adding on to others, they are a necessity to protect our buildings and the contents within our buildings. Last Thursday, we had 8 contractors submit proposals for roofing projects that we're planning for this upcoming summer. Our construction team is working through those proposals, and we will arrive at the best plan to take to our school board for their consideration on April 19th. And we'll have more on this in the coming weeks. Next Monday is a student holiday, so no school for students Monday, April 12th, as it is an I-Plan day for our staff. And then on Tuesday, April 13th, is an asynchronous day for students, and our teachers will have a planning day. So no school for students on Monday, an asynchronous learning day for students on Tuesday, and students will return to campus on Wednesday. On Thursday, April 15th, beginning at 5 p.m., we have our MISD Meet the Board candidate live on our Facebook page. This is hosted by our government and student council representatives from Midlothian and Heritage High Schools. So we look forward to that event with our students and our board candidates. This week, our MISD school board has been holding special board meetings related to the superintendent search. That process continues through tomorrow, and you will find each meeting agenda posted on our school board website. Next Tuesday, April 13th, we will hold our monthly board workshop, and the agenda items for that workshop include a budget workshop for the 21-22 budget process and a review of the TASB salary study completed this year. April 19th will be our next regular board meeting, and we'll share those agenda topics at next week's meeting with you, or a community update with you. And now for the drum roll of our Employees of the Year from 2020. Our Employees of the Year and our Teachers of the Year from 2020 will be recognized virtually on Thursday, April 22nd, beginning at 6 p.m. We will make announcements as well for our elementary and our secondary Teacher of the Year in MISD. So stay tuned and join us on Facebook on April 22nd, or you can comment words of appreciation to our MISD family members. But the 2020 Employees of the Year include Instructional Aide of the Year, Carol McMichael from Franksville Middle School. Our Maintenance Services Team Member of the Year is Chris Johnson. Our Child Nutrition Services Team Member of the Year is Shakima Keys from LaRue Miller Elementary. Our Professional Services Team Member of the Year is Jeanette Arnold from Long Branch Elementary. Our Transportation Services Team Member of the Year is Eugene Dreyer. And Mr. Dreyer has also served MISD for 45 years. Let me repeat that. 45 years of service Mr. Dreyer has given to this district as a transportation team member. So congratulations to him. Custodial Services Team Member of the Year is Amparo Esquivel from Franksville Middle School. Our first year Teacher of the Year is Judy Stice from J.A. Vitoski Elementary. Our Paraprofessional Services Team Member of the Year is Sienna Tovar from Franksville Middle School. And our Leader of the Year is Miss Karina Blackwell from Long Branch Elementary. So congratulations to our 2020 Employees of the Year, and we look forward to having everyone join us virtually on April 22nd to celebrate our Employees and Teachers of the Year. Now I'm going to bring on Dr. Shore Heathcote. She's got a COVID update and some other items of interest for our audience today. Dr. Heathcote.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Carpenter. So for our COVID update, our current active COVID cases remain low across the district. The district continues to average less than 1 case per day this week, and many of our campuses still have no active cases, so that's good. Additionally, later today, you will receive an email that contains an opportunity for parents to provide feedback on MISD's mask protocols for the remainder of the 2020-2021 school year. So this will have no bearing on summer or next school year, just the remainder of this school year. Elementary, middle, and high school parents will receive separate emails. So please be watching for those and provide feedback as soon as possible. I also want to give you a follow-up on the virtual learning and dual learning platform data that we collected last week. So last week we were joined by Ms. Wade, Ms. Johnson, and Ms. Robinson, who shared the work that the dual learning platform committee has been working on. During that time, we shared that we would be sending out a survey to parents after the April 1st community update that closed yesterday at noon. And so this survey gave an overview of the current recommendation and asked parents to give feedback on whether this potential option would be a good fit for their child. So we had just over 2,800 responses to the survey, which is only 28% of our enrolled student population. But 87% of responses said they would not consider virtual learning for their child, while 13% of respondents were interested in the current recommended virtual learning plan. So survey participants were also given the opportunity to share feedback in an open comment section, and we do read and review all of the information provided by parents. So a few of the themes that emerged from the survey include, one is that parents shared that they have a need for their child to be a face-to-face student for the entire year. And many shared that they prefer virtual learning not to be an option at any time during the year, often referencing things like asynchronous days, the delayed start to the school year, and testing days. The next theme that kind of came up was that many parents who were not in favor of virtual learning options for their children were still in favor of the district offering a virtual option for students who learn best in that environment and for students who are immunocompromised. And then the last theme that kind of presented itself was that several participants share that they do not believe MISD should proceed with any virtual learning plans. So that's all I have for today. Now for this week's The More You Know series, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Garricani to do a review of the Chromebook pilot. So Mr. Garricani.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Heathcote. Yes, we are launching a Chromebook pilot this week. The inventory for this pilot was approved for purchase by the Board of Trustees back in January. And the inventory was intended to be dedicated for online state testing in the future. And so if I can set the stage for you briefly, back in October, we convened our Midlothian Technology Advisory Committee, which was composed of teachers, principals, students, and parents to evaluate options for our upcoming device refresh. Our devices, as you know, are showing some wear, and we had always intended to at least consider a possible device refresh at the end of 4 years, and we are in year 4 right now. The committee held 3 whole group meetings and had 6 subcommittees that each held at least 1 meeting as a follow-up to independent research conducted by members with considerations around how we currently use devices in our classrooms, what content is being created, and what software applications are needed. We also discussed current limitations and successes of the one-to-one, including a need for a keyboard-enabled device at the 4th and 5th grade levels. We also discussed assessment and the Texas Education Agency's mandate for online testing coming in spring of 2022. Finally, we considered the initial cost for device acquisition and operational costs for device repair and replacement, as well as the amount of time required to prepare replacement devices for distribution to students. The recommendation that the committee provided to the Board of Trustees regarding staff is to keep Apple devices for all staff. For students, there are 2 options that are being recommended for board consideration at this time. Option number 1 is to acquire Apple iPads for pre-K through 3 and Chromebooks for grades 4 through 12. Option number 2 is to acquire Apple iPads for pre-K through 3 and Apple MacBooks for grades 4 through 12. After discussion with the board, discussing costs and other instructional related considerations, we internally and both with the board, we decided to initiate a pilot from the Chromebook inventory that I indicated earlier. So teachers and students can experience the Chromebooks and provide some feedback. The pilot evaluation period will commence this week and conclude on April 30th. The Chromebook is limited to 1 cart. The Chromebook pilot is limited to 1 cart for each elementary campus and 2 carts for each secondary campus. Additionally, we're providing a Chromebook to any teacher who expresses a desire to participate in the evaluation of the device for the pilot. We have a pre and post survey that will be used to gather teacher feedback. We also have a survey. We also intend to provide a survey to secondary students and 4th and 5th grade students as well. Okay, at this time, I'll turn it back over to Dr. Carpenter.
All right, thank you to our special guests for joining us today. Thank you to our community that have been able to join in live, and for those that took time to watch it later. We appreciate you being a partner with us. Everyone have a wonderful day and enjoy the sunshine, and we'll see you next week.